What up, YouTube? It's been a minute, but I want to talk about the MVP race for the NBA. And honestly, it's kind of over. It's kind of done and washed. I talked about it like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, back when it was like closer to being a race, and back when the Nuggets had that fake win streak against those bad teams, and we were the 2 seed, and the gap was a little bit closer. Now the gap has widened so much. We've been mid post All-Star break. We've been like a 500 ball club at best. We're the 3 seed right now. Seeding wise, it's not a terrible thing for an MVP, but considering SGA and the Thunder are far and away the 1 seed, and we played an extra game than them, so it's basically a 13 game gap if they win between the Nuggets and the Thunder in terms of like wins and losses. I know statistically, and I'm an offensively leaning guy when it comes to basketball. I can get the appeal for choosing Joker, but like the context is kind of nasty for those numbers. Like he's averaging the most points against the bottom 10 teams in the league. And I remember last year when we won MVP, but I remember the early part of the season where it was like a Jokic Embiid debate again, and everybody was flaming Embiid for calling him Wizards, Pistons, and Spurs man for putting up those insane numbers in December. And then we fast forward to now, and a similar thing is happening with Jokic. And it's just like crickets. I know recently in NBA.com he went up. Last night I wanted to talk about this because last night the Nuggets won without him, which is a pretty nasty look if you're worried about the MVP narrative and MVP agendas. Uh, because the Nuggets, even though I'd argue that the Thunder team is better, it's not by like a substantial margin. I guess my argument for that type of logic is that I feel like the Thunder's role players, there's like no direct like negative with them per se, because all of them are at least decent defenders outside of maybe like Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. Everybody else is like at least a positive to an amazing defender, and even those two are like neutral defenders, so it doesn't even matter. Um, and then the numbers between the both of them is just SGA and Jokic are like it's so insane. I feel like Giannis gets like ex like kicked out of these conversation. He also puts up crazy numbers, but the things those two have done this season have been insane. Jokic is kind of taking a step back, though. Not to say that a 29-point triple double isn't nothing to scoff at. He's averaging 29, 13, and 10 for the year. It's just like post All Star break. He's kind of lost steam. For the month of March, he's averaging 29, 14, and 9. Post All Star break, it's like 26, 13, and like 10, maybe 26, 13, and 9, or 27, 13, and 9. As for SGA, 35, 6, and 7 on 50, 40, 90 splits. And for the month of March, he's averaging basically 38, 5, and 7 with 3 stocks on 50, 40, 90 shooting, bro. Him adding the three ball has been insane. He's basically been unstoppable in the court in terms of a score. And at this point, this is one of the best guard seasons ever, I would say. And it's up there peak for peak. Like I would still take 16 Steph. After that though, you could have arguments for a lot of players' best years, like Harden's best years. I don't want to say Kobe. I feel like that's disingenuous. I would say Harden's best year is a good one. D Wade's best years. Like you could argue Steph years outside of 2016, man. That's how good right SGA is playing right now. And they're getting wins. Second best record in the league, number one out west, a country mile margin. He's leading the league in scoring, 33, 5, and 6, and 33, 5, and 6 for the year with basically 3 stocks on 53, 37, 89, 87 splits. And yeah, man, just Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is one of them ones. The aura man of the NBA. And I honestly think the MVP got put to rest. Give that trophy to the man in OKC. Shout out to number two, man. Honestly, as a Nuggets fan, I can't be too mad at it. Like we got a lot of MVPs already. Not to like downplay it or anything. Also, I don't want to get into this weird argument where like I feel like if you argue for Jokic at this point, you're discrediting all the past MVPs that he has. And if you argue for this one, you're negating others. And honestly, I'm not one for that. I honestly thought Luca should have won last year. But it's neither here nor there. Honestly, I just want the MVP handed out in June. But either way, I've been rambling too long. Shout out to SGA. I think he's the MVP. Probably will win it unless something crazy happens and they get lost on the sauce with Jokic's statistics. But that's going to OKC at number two. That's basically it for me, man. Comment down below your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the NBA MVP race? Do you think it's over? Do you think Jokic has an argument? Do you think it should be runaway SGA? Let me know the good stuff down below. Liking and follows, liking the subscription is always appreciated. Follow me on TikTok at Danny Nuggets. And as always, guys, have a good one, guys. Peace.